Okay, let's unpack this a bit. Imagine, like, walking into a casino.
Yeah.
But there's no building, not even a website or an app you download. It's just, well, a chat window. That sounds pretty wild, right?
It really does. And what's fascinating is exactly that shift. We're diving into this trend, Telegram casinos.
Yeah.
We've got some great source material, excerpts from an article looking into how this is even, possible.
Right. So our mission today is basically to figure out what these things actually are, why they seem to be popping up and getting some traction now, and I guess, fundamentally, what makes them different from the online gambling maybe you're already familiar with.
Yeah.
The whole idea, the hook, really, is fitting something as complex as a casino entirely inside, well, just a messaging app we use every day.
And at its core, a Telegram casino, it operates just through a chatbot, right inside the Telegram app. So it completely bypasses the usual ways in no app store download needed, no specific website you have to remember and navigate. And the source material highlights how Telegram's huge user base, its pretty sophisticated bot capabilities, and things like its end-to-end encryption, they all line up really well with what operators and maybe certain players too are looking for.
Okay, yeah, and the article really hammers home that this taps directly into that huge global shift towards mobile-first everything. I mean, we practically live in our messaging apps now, don't we?
We do.
Connecting with friends, getting news updates, even handling payments. So for some people, dropping entertainment, maybe even gambling, right into that familiar chat flow. It just feels natural, almost inevitable.
Sort of the next logical step for that interface.
Exactly. It fits that quick single-hand interaction style we're so used to on our phones.
And this is where the structure gets really interesting. Because while the front end, what you see, is just a chatbot, it's described as a kind of lightweight online gambling platform front end.
Lightweight.
Yeah, but this bot, it still connects through APIs to the same, robust back-end systems that power traditional online casinos. That stuff handles the game logic, the money, security, user data, all that heavy lifting.
So the innovation isn't really the casino engine itself?
Not the back end, no. It's more about weaponizing the immediacy and familiarity of chat for the user interface, making that the gateway.
So when you're actually using it, it's all just buttons and commands right there in the chat thread. You start the bot, maybe a quick registration, then menus for games, deposits, withdrawals, all just taps within Telegram.
Pretty much. It's built for speed and, ultimate simplicity. Almost a stripped-down, high-speed version of a traditional platform, but tailored specifically for that chat environment.
Right.
And the source notes this model really emphasizes privacy and anonymity, partly because it leverages Telegram's own features like end-to-end encryption, supports crypto and regular money too. And for operators, quick deployment, potentially bypassing normal marketing channels by just spreading through Telegram's social features.
Okay, so how does this actually stack up against, say, a regular online casino website or a dedicated app? What's the big difference for the user?
Well, the most striking thing is probably the barrier to entry and just the whole user experience flow. Traditional sites, you load a web page, maybe deal with pop-ups, find the login button, or you got to go to an app store, download, install.
Yeah, it can be a few steps.
The Telegram version is instant access. Right from within the app you're probably already using for other things. It just feels much faster, maybe less formal.
Faster, less formal. But there have to be trade-offs, right?
Oh, definitely. That brings up an important point. While you've got clear upsides, privacy seems high, though there are nuances, lower marketing costs for operators, super simple UX, it's natively mobile. Security at the bot level seems okay since it doesn't hold funds directly, crypto support, global reach. There are definitely significant things to consider.
Absolutely. And the article points straight at the biggest one, the pervasive lack of regulatory assurance for most of these. They often operate in these kind of legal gray areas. Which means players might have much less recourse if something goes wrong compared to properly licensed platforms. And security can be tricky too. Like, the bot itself might be secure in Telegram, but the actual operator behind the bot, maybe not vetted in the same way a traditional casino is.
That's a key risk. And then there's the game experience itself. It can be a bit of a compromise. Because you're limited by the chat interface, right? You're probably less likely to find those really complex, graphically rich slots or live dealer tables.
Yeah, the fancy stuff.
Exactly. Or those highly interactive games you'd get on a dedicated app or website. It's often a more basic offering, optimized for simple button taps. It's not really designed to replace a high-end online casino experience. It's serving a different niche, maybe a different preference. It's speed over features, perhaps.
So it sounds less like a replacement and more like, I don't know, an evolutionary branch. Optimized for speed, privacy, and just fitting into how we already use our phones, glued to chat apps.
That's a good way to put it. And if we kind of zoom out to the bigger picture for a second, think about this. If complex services like gambling can live entirely inside our chat interfaces,
Yeah.
what about other things? Things we currently use separate apps or websites for, like banking or shopping, or maybe even accessing government services down the line. Could those eventually migrate into these familiar low-friction chat environments too?
Huh. That's interesting. Consolidating everything into chat.
It raises some fascinating questions, doesn't it? About how our digital lives are maybe consolidating and what that means for convenience, sure, but also for privacy and trust and maybe even competition in the future.
Definitely something to mull over next time you open your favorite chat app. What else might end up in there?
Exactly. Food for thought.